In this video, we will be drawing from the activation bag, and it might be a total Russian initiative as the French have taken the, I guess I want to say initiative, and pushed their units pretty far. They came on in and got on up. Russians would have reacted this way with Bagavoo trying to swing it onto his right flank before he gets outflanked. Here we are. It will be a Russian draw. We'll see what they want to do in response. The only thing is, we got somebody, he's going to outflank us if he wants to. He's already used up in our French defense 2 activation, so he'll be significantly penalized by pushing his troops so much within, I'd say within a half an hour. French got to hold on for another half an hour. At 3 o'clock, we'll get some more reinforcements. Till then, we'll see what the Russian player can do within this next half hour with a cube draw. And it could be a fire cube also, so we'll see what's up. What do we get? What does fate have in store? Right here it has in store. And there you go. Odds, law of averages come into play. We'll find out who, what, and where. Be back. Bagavoo. Be the man of the minute. And I hope it's not Bagavoot. Or I'll just pronounce that, but yeah, I've given him my ear, and he will get the order and permission to press the attack. We'll hold up. Alright, so there you go. We'll be doing it with a significant fatigue penalty. There you go. Including these units here, but you can't fire randomly. You gotta wait for a fire cube. We'll decide what we want to do with these boys in square and push the issue. We'll be back. Right, a little example of what we're looking at here. This unit here, the Lancers, have an 8 movement point allowance. That'll be cut down to, because of fatigue. We'll be back. Alright, the Lancers, as much as they tried, just didn't have enough strength. They were huffing and puffing it, and that's as far as they got, which is fine. Next will be our champion Hussars, 13 strength points. He has a 9 movement points, -4. I'll only give him 5. It'll take 1 to get up that hill. It'll get 2 movement points to get here, 1, 2, and then an extra 2 movement points to get next to a French unit. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. He'll have 1 left over, I do believe. And we will change our facing. Get that out of the way. There you go. That's what we're looking at. That'll be our first. Ooh, it'll be our first attack of the day. It'll be by the Russian Hussars. We'll be right back. Alright, there is the disposition of Bagavoot's forces. Notably, we did not move these units at all, because that would have triggered a reaction from these dragoons. But, and another thing we did do, I almost wanted to get another cavalry unit here, but like I said, anybody would have went in here, would have triggered a reaction, and we would have had things going all over the place. I want to stick with this attack. This way we're able to get, we were here, able to get above the hill, and we're going to get a flank attack without a reaction charge. So, this is a 13 strength point. Hussar might even be a veteran. Let's see what we got here. No, not elite, just a veteran. Alright, there you go. Couldn't get enough. These men were exhausted, I guess, from coming pretty much all over here within the space of half an hour or less. So, yeah, they pretty well rode their asses off, got up here, they're done. Couldn't make it. I got some other ones coming on in, but we will have one. Ooh, cavalry charge attack. Here we decided to keep these men in column, and we're pretty well covered. I like the way we got this covered. So here's a square formation. If he does get froggy when to come in, these guys can reaction fire. They can't, but these guys can. So it's kind of nice little setup if you ever want to set up your squares. And we got our artillery. 1, 2, 3, 4. Almost long range, probably useless pock shots, but we'll see what's up. And then we don't know if this artillery here can hit this unit here with the luck. Other than that, that is it. Chose not to move the Jaegers, so they're underneath the artillery. We'll use them as a... I really can't do that because these are lead. So, there you go. But anybody who goes in front of this artillery, adjacent to artillery, especially heavy, is not good. That is it. We're ready for another draw from the bag. Oh, no, my mistake. We have us a combat to take care of, and it is... Bagavoo went with them. And Delendas, there's their facing. There you go. We'll go through the cavalry charge procedure when we come back. In preparation for our little assault / cavalry charge, we from here on out, now I might have made a mistake of that through last game's combat, so it's good. It's this game's combat, so we have incorporated it, or we are going to incorporate it, and that's right here. Let me show you what I mean. Oh, by the way, a little late at night, we gotta kind of keep it down. So we're gonna might have to turn up the volume. Alright. Defending units can react with 160-degree facing change. We didn't do that in our last game. Huh. I think we were going to do that only for infantry. For some reason, I thought it was only infantry. The defender executes one fire combat. Now, I've already said, in reality, some cavalry have the ability to fire its weapons, but the rule that it only applies to infantry is reinforced by their fire combat table. And it says, right here, infantry firing unit is in. It doesn't say anything about a cavalry unit being so no cavalry can do that. But the thing of it is, this being the first combat of this battle, like I said, it's a learning game, but this is my second go at it. But the old, let me zoom in here, in the old 4th Dragoons Regiment, I guess that's what it is. Yep. We'll get one facing change, and they only get one. And which leads to the next question of how in the hell do you ever get a flanking charge? I guess if he was this way, alright, you only get one turn, and you were attacking from the rear, he only gets one. Maybe he won't choose to do that. I would choose to do that because it negate the rear Dyro modifiers, but he turns like this. You're coming this way. You wouldn't get the -3 or +3 for a rear. You get a +2 or -2 for a side. So how do you get a rear? I guess the only way you can get a rear is by if he's like this. Again, attacking from both hexes. So no matter which way he goes, one of these hexes is going to get a rear Dyro modifier as it is. And this is realistic, I think. I'm not knocking it. I was just a dumbass to miss it. But anyway, yeah, he gets one facing change. So he gets to check out the onslaught, taking away our flanking modifier. So there you go. Well, I got to make sure he's in the right spot too. Let's get him over here. And Bagavold himself is leading the charge. But the Dragoons are turning to face it, which is realistic. And we'll go on with modifiers from there. And let's take a little cough break. Alright, so it might not be too good of an assault. We'll see. We'll start with we got our Dyro modifier tally stick. Then we'll go on with our attack. Make sure I do everything right. We'll get all set up. We'll be right back. But no reaction fire. There's no fire combat table for cavalry, so that's strictly an infantry deal. We'll be right back. I want to make note now that in this phase, This is a part of our movement phase. We are attempting to occupy this hex. And if this was an infantry unit, you get one 60-degree turn. And after that 60-degree turn, you can still do your reaction fire, but no reaction fire from the dragoons. Well, I think that is all we need to look at. We will commence, I guess, with a tally stick and... Ooh. Yeah, please note that there are different Dyro modifiers or strength point odds for cavalry and infantry attacking. Okay, we'll be right back. Alright, first thing we'll start off with is what's called an odds Dyro modifier. Big Alt sounds easier to me. Megavoot will be having 13 versus 6. So it'll be at 2-to-1 odds. We'll come over there to the odds table. There's a difference between infantry and cavalry. Under 2-to-1, we get a -2. And the deal is with here is that you want a low number. Alright. Lower the better. 7 or less is what you're looking for, so that helps. So we will go to the tally stick. We already got a -2 Dyro modifier. Alright, there you go. As the ticket suffers a result of combat table, I guess there's nothing else there. Oh. Let me see a unit to check when he suffers. Okay, that goes on after results. Square roll, nothing going on there. Charge table. This is for the defending unit. That is the dragoons. They are not elite. They are not green. They are veteran. So they will get a... Oh, sorry about that bad camera work. They are not Russian. None of these apply. Charge from one or more hex? No. Obstructed terrain? No. Charge to the flank? No. We did have that until they turned to face us, so that's really going to kill us right here. Charge to the rear? No. In square formation, infantry in line? No. We could skip all these infantries in square formation. Charge? Nope. Infantry in line? Nope. Artillery alone in the hex has a leader present. And this is for the defending unit is in. Plus the lead. Oh, okay. There's no. Oh, this is for defending unit. Yeah, that's in French, so it won't apply. So nothing going on here. It's for the defending unit. Okay, because it would have been a plus for the defender. Yeah, okay, I'm with you. It'd be better for defender. We want a minus. It's now for the assaulting Russian units. Oh, per strength point lost to preceding defensive fire. No, because they didn't for defensive fire. Not elite, not grenadiers. They're veterans. They're not green. Or they are. They're not green. Who is our one or more cavalry at a short distance adjacent? No, we galloped 1 hex away, so we weren't adjacent. Got away with that one. Who is cavalry against infantry? But not that one. Tired cavalry, no, but they will be after this. Exclusively heavy cavalry against other cavalry. We got to check that out. Heavy cavalry. Discharging uphill, nope. Charging downhill, nope. And obstructed tap has leader present minus. The leader's ranking. His rating, initiative rating. I guess it's the one on the left. So we're looking at another -1 at least on a tally stick, and we'll be right back. Alright then, -3 on the old tally. And what are we looking for here? Heavy cavalry. How do we tell that? We'll be right back. Gotta find out. We'll be right back. Alright then, about a couple days later. Oh, it seemed like that long. Definitely won't have that 10 minutes, 15 minutes back in my life. But we looked through all the rules, all the notebooks, 1.5 rules, the other rules. Just trying to find out. It mentioned the heavy cavalry in a bunch of spots. But you would have thought maybe they would have had it on here somewhere. I don't see it. Finally found it. And it was all the way over here underneath all these units. I was finally looking, thinking, well, how are they going to distinguish what's going on here? heavy artillery, everything. But then you come down here to little. There's what we're looking for. Cuirassiers and Grenadiers de Cheval are considered heavy cavalry. So I don't even see them. Oh. Cuirassiers and Grenadiers de Cheval. Oh, I don't see no Grenadiers de Cheval. I got to do the Dragoons. I don't have the Dragoons in my collection. Got to have another little printing session. Alright, so then when it's all said and done, they're not heavy cavalry. Our tally stick is stuck at -3, so we will have the Russian player zoom in for some action. It is the Hussars versus the Dragoons, and old Bagavout himself leading the charge, looking for a low die roll with 2 dice. Oops, sorry about that. There we go. -3. Oh, that'll do it. That'll do it. So that's a 3. Yep. So it will come over here. Bad news for the French. The assaulted charge units lose 1 strength point and retreats. If charged by cavalry, the charge units retreat and infantry units lose 1. The assaulted charge units lose. Charge cavalry units retreat and lose. Alright, so there's retreat. Lose 1 strength point. There is no. Ooh, what was I going to say? How do you get a leader check? On this here, these are leader checks. So I guess the leaders are pretty well safe in a cavalry charge assault. If they have an asterisk, you make a leader check, casualty check. Alright, well, the French Dragoons take the first hit. Press pause. Your strength points will switch from 6 to 5, so we'll put that underneath the unit. And he retreats 7 hexes. There's nobody that has to get out of his way, so 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I'd say. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, there you go. And I believe he advances into that hex. So press pause. There you go. Alright. Results of the first cavalry charge by old Bagavout himself. He had a good die roll. Good charge, definitely. Could be a momentum swinger. We'll be back. When we come back, I guess that's it. We will do a draw from the draw bag. I want to make a little mention of this rule right here. Check to stand. We don't need that right now because it doesn't meet our criteria. The unit needs a check for stand. If the unit suffers a asterisk result, we didn't meet that. And this one here is kind of interesting. An adjacent friendly infantry or artillery unit stack of units retreats or is eliminated. Well, it was cavalry, so that doesn't meet that one. The top unit of the stack is eliminated, so there you go. You have to remember that. That doesn't apply to us. And we were looking, I'm looking right now for under retreats. Here's where we'll end up, but do you take into effect that this is another movement point to get down here? Does he stop here? Or because he doesn't have enough movement points? Or I think it did say something in the rules where retreating, you don't have to worry about terrain. They're just getting higher. We'll be back. Our next critical rule regards the length of retreat, and there's 2 lengths for or 2 different lengths, one for infantry and one for cavalry. Infantry retreats the number of hexes equal to its printed movement points, but the cavalry only half. Therefore, we will move our units up. He will only retreat this far, and then you get to face him any way you want. So he took 1 step loss, and he's retreated back here. Not too bad, next to the slow, limbering cavalry that are trying to come, or artillery that are trying to come up. So there you go. That is that. Next is a cube draw. And like I said, the name of the scenario is winter quarters. So I guess we're all trying to get in with the snowstorms approaching. It's some shelter in these towns. Although the way the battle started off, fights up here for the high ground, we need to push on in here. Face this heavy artillery. Might be a matter of just matter of bodies. Getting on in there, taking casualties, but pushing on through, so we'll see what happens. We've got to get in another half an hour or so and get some reinforcements. Right now, not looking good with the French from the first blows of the game. And the Dragoons take a little bit of hit, and Bagavo, sound of combat draws the attention up north. Everybody wonder what's going on. There you go. We'll be back with the next cube. I was mistaken earlier. Looked at the scenario rules. The French have 6 cubes, and the Russians have 5. So it's 2 cubes apiece for our next draw. So who gets the luck of the draw on this one? Oh, we will see. It will be the French. Alright. That might have been a good luck. French luck's holding out. Let's see here. Yeah, I think the units to be moved will be Laval and the Force again. These men here, we don't want them getting caught in column. And we got artillery back here to unlimber and get things ready. So the French pull one out. Let me see, the 2nd Division 4th Corps. Big penalty. There you go. Look for yourselves. We'll be right back. Alright, well, these boys here in column have a danger zone all in front of them. If they move into any of these, you can trigger a free reaction move, even though they wouldn't have much of a punch because they're not going so far. And the game's incorporating that with a Dyro modifier disadvantage if you're adjacent to a unit. So I think the only thing we can do with the French there, unless we move, I don't think we want to move, is put both units in square. Now we have some other units. We'll see here. We're going to get on with it. Get on with it. We'll see what's up. Let me see what I want to do with my artillery. But yeah, best option is for them to square on up. And it'll take 1 movement point, which is fine. They're just going to stay in place. I was going to move, like I said, this unit here, but forgot we had another unit up there. He's ready to go. Oh, okay. I was going to say, we have a combat there, but there's units. Here's the Dragoons. They got drove back by Bagavout himself. Alright, we have these units to move. General, maybe some units here. I'll look at the situation. We'll be right back. Alright, we're done. There you go. Besides putting these boys in square, this infantry. Infantry battalion did not have enough to get in. He's reduced to 2 movement points anyway. So 1 here, that would have been 2, 3. He didn't have enough. This old boy did, and he will be looking down the slope in line formation. No reaction fire. You don't do reaction fire with these type of moves. So there you go. Remember the only notables besides, let me get to unlimited artillery here. You can get through if you wanted, but I don't know if you want to attack the artillery head on. We'll have to see what happens. So there you go. Another note, we went ahead and moved on in here. I seen in the rules there's quite the defensive advantage to being fired upon with artillery while you're in a town, which is basic. It's true. So we went ahead and moved them on up. No reaction fire, and when a fire cube gets drawn, we'll resolve that. But I moved these boys out of the cover of the woods back into the town. We're going to try to feed them on there. Like I said, the object of the game is to get these hexes. So there you go. That is it for the... Ooh, I got 1 more? 6 to 5. Yeah, 1 more block. That'll be it. The 4th Corps cannot move no more, so that's the end of their move for this hour. They're done. The only ones that might be drawn again are the Dragoons here. Oh, another thing. I don't know if I mentioned it after the combat. All the units that participated in charge have their movement points are flipped over to their tired side. So he is tired, and the one that retreated is tired, so they're flipped over. That just affects their movement points. They won't be able to move as much. There you go. I'm going to have to straighten this video out because it's turned the wrong way. We'll be back. Cube draw, cube draw. Let's see what we got going on here. Things are getting interesting, especially if we get a fire cube. Now, if the fire cube comes out, we'll fire once, and then it'll be removed from the bag until the next turn. So let's see what we got here. I think we only have 3 in there as it is. And we've gone 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 without the fire cube. Is that did I jinx us? Yes, no way. Alright, we'll be firing. Oh, what we got going on here? Ooh, fire combat will be right here. Artillery can fire. Fire combat here. Fire combat here. And artillery. Here. So let me go around and find out who could shoot at what, where, when, and how. And we'll be getting into our first fire combats of the night quarters scenario. Alright, interesting. I'm glad we drew that out. Makes for a good game. We'll be right back. Alright, now, upon further review of the artillery rules, since this is a learning game, you get a bigger bang for your buck if you put both artillery units. I split them up thinking only one could be able to fire, but it's a different rule. If this was an infantry unit, only the top one is considered the lead unit and would be able to fire. Artillery is different, they can both fire, so we'll keep them both in here. That way we can get 4 attack factors instead of just 2 when we fire at all. Bagaboo. There you go, having a great time. Getting on with this fire combat. A few hexes here, and we'll see after all the modifiers what it turns out to be. We're back. All right, first fire combat, I'll go ahead and fire this artillery. It'll be 4 strength points. We got a range of 1, 2, 3, and that will be foot artillery. So foot artillery has a range of up to 8 hexes. We are 3 hexes away. That'll be times 2, so that'll be 8 strength points. No urgency. Up here, this is for infantry only. You'll skip that. None of these apply. Would be if we were shooting at squares or column. No defensive fire. No heavy artillery. So we won't have any real die roll modifiers. Rolling 2 dice with 8 strike points. Well, looking for a high roll, that's for sure. Alright, let's go. That'll be French. Oh, hold on a second. Alright, then back from the land of the lost die. Oh, that ain't gonna cut it. He needs a high die roll. Oh, 8. Coming back here with 8 strength points. Was it 8? Oh, he'll wing off a hit. There you go. 1 strength point loss. We'll be right back. Then French artillery finding its mark. And the old unit here. Hussars reduced by 1. As you can see at 13 there. You're only at 12. That's how you mark the units. Alright. Let's see what we got here for our next fire combat. This is supposed to be simultaneous, so if he was going to fire back, he's still firing his full 13 until the turn's over. But he won't be firing. Let me see here what is next. Right back. Which one I want to do next? We'll go on with the French first. Now their units zooming into our little conflict, our little battle here. We'll use the infantry with their 9 strength points. We'll go over here. See if there's a modifier. Alright. Now we'll be going against the top unit. The top unit is the artillery. He's got 0 for strength points, so this would be a 9-0. Huh. We'll have to see how this works out. But the thing of it is, like I just said, it's simultaneous. So whatever hits, if we eliminate him, he'll still get a chance to fire upon us. Right now, we're looking at 9 is nothing. Huh. 4 to 1 or 2 infantry assaulting. It's not an assault. Oh, it's an assault charge table. Okay, wrong table. Wrong table. Oh, strength points fire. Okay, it doesn't have nothing to do with the odds. It's just a matter of our 9 strength points firing. Okay, that takes care of that. Alright, range. Not artillery. Artillery effect range. Urgency numbering. No. Strength points for firing combat. Infantry is firing into line. Nope. Calm. No. Obstructed terrain. Ooh, times 1. Times 2 strength. Okay, we can only fire with 2 strength points. So it puts it down to here. Per direction. Alright. Oh, I'm not. Oh, yeah, I am in obstructed terrain. You can see that, so that will apply. So we can only muster out of those 9 strength points, too, because of all the buildings and everything. So you can't get a good line of fire. I'm with you. Alright. Oh. So let me see. Alright, strength from our terrain. Infantry fire unit is unobstructed times max of 2 strength points. So we can only touch 2 strength points. We can fire. So we're under this column. Mark it here. Alright, 2 strength point column. Now for dire modifiers on that roll. Target is artillery, -3. Target is obstructed terrain, we're at -5. Right back. Alright, -5. Ooh, out here. -3. Target is artillery. Oh, okay, go. -5. It's not that. Not defensive fire. French infantry fire against infantry in column. No. Heavy artillery. Okay, we got a -5 roll on this one on with 2 strength points. -5. So this ain't gonna be good. This is not gonna be good at all. No, we shouldn't even roll dice. Alright, so it's a 1. Come back over here and there you go. Nothing going on with that. That was just a waste of time. Alright. So let me get me a smoke marker. Alright, then 1 to signify that it's only 1 unit there, and then you can see here I got the 2 because there were 2 artillery units there. They're both done. Alright, well, he gets a chance to fire back, but till then, we'll go ahead and use this one here with 10 strength points. So starting off at the 10 strength point level. There you go. Oh. And we will go down here. Range artillery, nothing to do with that. Infantry firing, we're at line. We can only fire with 4 strength points out at 10. Wow. Alright, back here to 4. Alright, line. Obstructed terrain. Nope. We're in the clear. Alright. Now our die roll modifiers for 4. Oh. None so far. French infantry fire against infantry in column. No. That's it. No modifiers. There you go. 9 or more. Alright, let's go. Oh, 8. So that'll be nothing. And 8 underneath our. There you go. Ineffective. Be right back. Alright, there you go. Who is next? We'll come up down in line to old Laval. His strength points. And we're not getting any modifier for going down a hill. That must be an assault modifier, so nothing, no modifier for shooting downhill. Oh, let me take a little break here. So I'll straighten out and look that over real quick. We'll be right back. Alright, once you start getting this down pat, it's not that hard. So this is maximum 4. If they're in line, it can only be a maximum 4. No other modifiers. We've gone through it. So 2 dice. And again, looking for a high roll to inflict a strike point loss. It's not going to do anything either. So you can see here, The early ineffectiveness of the fire. Oh, all right. We will need us another smoke marker. I think that'll take care of the French fire. Now for the Russians to answer back. With one unit here, that'll be the top unit of heavy artillery. Line infantry fired 4, unmodified. And another one fired 4, unmodified. That's pretty much it. Let me look around, see if I'm missing anything. Oh, and I got some artillery, but that was talking about pot shots. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, there you go. Can't forget about that artillery though. I'm gonna put a little marker there. I don't see anything else. There you go. We'll be back. All right, first fire combat for the Russians for the battle, and it'll be 4 attack factors or strength points times 2 for being within 3 hexes. All right, same thing, just 8. Throwing 8 at them, rolling 2 die. Looking for something high. 6. I don't think that's gonna do anything. Yep, that is a nothing burger. There you go. A little bit of an ineffectiveness. He's up there on the hill. You can see a little hilltop. We placed him. 1, 2, 3, taking a shot at the old 257th Infantry Battalion. All right, there you go. Be right back. All right, then next. We just combat here. Yep, I do believe so. 4 strength points. Let's go over here to the fire combat table. Nothing to do with artillery. Infantry. Strength point modifiers for fire combat. Line. That means he can only throw 4. Alright. Obstructed terrain. Oh. If that obstructed terrain, that's a score. Okay. And we got 4 strength points. Targets artillery. I think we're good on everything else. That's it. And combat square. Defensive fire. Oh, I think that's if they're charging them for an assault. So we have no modifiers. We have 4 strength points. That's all we can throw at them anyway. With no modifiers. Snow target artillery. No go. Alright. Down here to the infantry strength points. For high roll. Not going to do anything. So all this fire is for naught. That was only, like I said, I was going to say there was only 4 strength points, but that number just is the amount of hits they could take. I mean, but he's only going to throw 4 fire points at him. Alright, let's see here. How was that? Combat. Next one. I'll come over here with the same thing. 4 unmodified. 4 unmodified. We're all ready to go. 2 strength points. And Alexander and Grant were talking about this. Once you get the hang of the game, you'll be skipping a lot of this. You know, you just keep on going. So the next interesting one will be the artillery firing. But we'll go ahead with look for a high roll. Nope, it is not in it. Russian guns. Russian guns. Oh, not doing anything. All right, there you go. This is just to tell you who fired. No markers, that helps, though. All right, let me see what's going on with this, and we'll be right back. We got some heavy artillery. All right, we get to see how good this artillery is, because I guess we're going to have to assault it. We fired at it during the Red Cube base, but take the hex, so I have to assault. That's a whole different story, but right now, he's just shooting. He's a top unit. Other units, the Jaegers. So, any hits eliminates him first, and then it'll go to the Jaegers. But anyway, 4, but he's adjacent. That's times 4. Adjacent. So we're throwing 16 strength points at him. Up here to the 16 table. Ooh, that's not too bad. Alright. This is for infantry. Fire combat. Target is Target is an obstructed terrain. That's -2. We're looking for a high roll. Artillery is firing on a column, defensive fire. That's it. So -2 on this roll. There you go. -2. Russians looking for a high roll. Wanting to blast some infantry. There's actually an obstructed. Huh. I'll check that out again. Target is that's only a -2. For fire combat, it's only infantry. Don't see anything else. Oh, village cemetery. Fire combat. Number of units firing. Ooh. Oh. Only 2. If target firing equals 2 for inside of a village. So we don't. Okay. Puts it down here. Number of strike points equals 2. Firing from a village or cemetery or the woods. So we only got 2 with a -2. I had a feeling that was too good to be true. All right, there you go. There you go. 4, 5. That's not going to do anything. All right, that was quite the hit. Having that in there. Now I think the effect of the heavy artillery will come into effect if we try to assault the hex. So far, ineffective fire all around. So we'll see. 1 smoke. I think that's gonna be it for the fire combat. These boys ain't in the game yet. What's going on here? I think that's it. Let me look over, and after that, it's removed, and we'll get ready for the. Ooh, they got 1 more. Let me see, 3. I think, yep, there's 3 of them in there. All right, we'll be back. All right, simultaneous fire combat over. So we can remove the smoke markers and these units that are tired. I think they need to get flipped. They were supposed to be flipped after their activations. So we'll be right back to that. And oops, here we go. This boy here took a hit. This boy here, the other one's the casualties, I believe. If I'm looking again. Yes, it is. So 2 units are the ones the casualties. And they recovered their fatigue, although they will not be moved. They've used up all their activations for the big of ooh. So we're drawing again. 1 cube left, 2 cubes left. See who it is. Ooh, could the French still come through with another activation? That would really, really, really help. Depends on who you're rooting for. We're non-rooting side here, GWG. Alright. Just kind of curious to see how it turns out with the rules. Alright, there you go. Who will get... We've been listening to him. He's done. I think he's got no more activations. So it's going to have to either be Essen or Markov. I think we know who it's going to be. We'll be right back. Now you got to look at it like this. Either way, both of these are going to get moved. The only one that could get moved next are the French, or the Dragoons. So, Dragoons are the only ones that are going to get moved. These guys got to stay in spots. So you got to remember, these guys can still move 1. And we have 1 activation for them and 1 activation for them. Alright, we'll be back. Alright, basically a no-brainer. The cube will go to the 8th Division, is it? Sure is. Well, he's got a lot more activations left. Oh. Alright, well, that's the way that goes. Markov have to be activated. These boys here with full movement allowances. Here is the before. Alright, we got some elite grenadiers. Elite. Signified by their double stripes. So the old elite grenadiers will change facing and 1 movement point of their 4. And it costs them 2 movement points to get next to a French unit, so 3 movement points left, 2 more movement points. They will stop right there. Oh. Make sure I did that right, because if so, I might want to do an assault into some buildings. Oh, that would be a bear. Press stop. Alright, I don't think we're going to assault, because in assaults you actually do use the strength points. Low odds, 1 and 2 attack, and we're going into the woods. I don't want to needlessly waste strength points and units, so we will stay there. No reaction fire. I'll come with this next unit here. Let me look what I see. One free facing 60 degrees. Notice the frozen creek bed provided with the map. 3 movement points. I guess the only place we can go is there, but we won't be the lead unit. We'll be underneath the higher strength point. Alright, we will move the rest of them and we'll show you what it looks like. Alright, 8th Division's movements couldn't quite get down that slope. So that's the maximum they can go, but there you go. We got them all flipped from column, which they were back here, to get some extra movement. We got some good spots. When the French come on, they're going to come in within, I think, 10 hexes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we got it covered. Pretty well funneled, funnel where they'll come out at. We got it covered pretty good. So our big question mark line. Alright, when we come back, I might take a little break. We got 2 more cubes to draw. French or Russians. On the Russian side, these 2 can move, but on the French side, only the dragoons can move. These boys here have used all their activation, so their dragoons kind of in it. But they are close proximity, so they might be able to get a rear charge or something going on. We'll see. Don't touch that dial. We'll call it a video real quick. We'll be back.